Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video here to talk about the last few episodes of Canada's Drag Race. Before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below who are you wanting to take home the crown. Now, I know it's been a few weeks. I did like an 8 mile charity walk, and then I had like some really horrible blisters, and I've only just really like recovered from it. So we're just kind of gonna do them all in a group now, all the episodes I've missed. So we'll be talking episode 6, 7, and 8 of Canada's Drag Race today, and that was the Cosmetic Queens episode, the Squirrels Trip, the Rusical, and the Masquerade Ball. Now, the cosmetic one, they had to essentially come up with a campaign, a palette, or like an advert for a new palette for them. Fierce was the winner of this challenge. Now, I remember as much as I'm not the biggest Fierce fan because of her attitude and that, I definitely think she deserved to win. She had the best commercial. Like it did feel like it could be an actual commercial. And she had a great runway because that was the art runway week. The bottom two were Bombae and Irma Gerd. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where, again, like, no one was necessarily like bad. They just had to kind of nitpick to get people, because they have to have a bottom two, and unfortunately they were the worst out of the two. They lip synced against each other, and unfortunately Bombae had to sashay it away. Now, I was really sad about this because Bombae is very attractive out drag. I've missed seeing Bombae in the confessionals every week. Moving on to Squirrels Trip the Rusical. Now, this was an interesting one. So this is where Vivian scored her win. Very well deserved, doing the mum who's gone on vacation to essentially have an affair. Fierce again did a great job, but again she was kind of just playing herself, so I'm not sure how much we can really be like, that was amazing. Jada did okay, and have I missed anyone? Vivian, Fierce, Jada did okay. Kimmy was good. Her dancing was very good. And then we had the bottom two, which was again Irma Gerd, and Gisele Lullaby was in the bottom for this episode. Now, it was kind of one of those things where if one was in the bottom, the other one was going to be in the bottom, because they were the only duo in the thing, which I thought was... I felt a bit bad. I understand why they did them as a duo, because they were sisters and stuff like that, but I feel like if no one else was going to be a duo, or there weren't any other duos, I just wouldn't have done a duo. But yeah, like, Gisele had issues with the singing. Irma had issues with the dancing. They had issues staying in sync with each other, which was a big problem, because at the end of the day, it was a part that you both had to be on point, essentially, and that unfortunately didn't happen. So they had to lip sync against each other. Both did a good job, but unfortunately someone had to go home, and that was Irma Gerd. So unfortunately we've had to say goodbye to her, which I'm again very sad about, because I did very much like her. I thought she was a fantastic queen. I thought she'd done really well this season, so sad to see her go, but at the same time I also didn't want Gisele to leave. So bringing us up to this week's episode, which was the Masquerade Ball. Now, as with any ball, you have the two looks they can bring, and then the one look they have to make. This time, the look they had to make had to be fashioned around like a mask, like a masquerade mask. Now, as the winner of last week's challenge, Vivian had to share out the masks. I don't know why my brain was struggling with a word to find to say that. Share out the masks, and I thought she was fine with the mask. I don't think she was particularly shady. I know like Kimmy was like, oh, I wanted the gold one, and then I wanted this one, but I got the pink one. But, you know, from what Vivian was saying, she wasn't doing anything out of, like, malice or anything like that. So, the looks they had to do were... What did they have to do? It's like a femboy one. And then they had to do a Queen Incognito. And then they had to do the look that they made. The winner of this challenge was Fierce. I'm annoyed because of the fact that I didn't want her to be up for winning the crown, but at the same time she did do the best in like all three categories, so I can't really be mad about that, but I just have a feeling she's going to be insufferable next week, because she was after the last time she won. The bottom two were Vivian and Kimmy. Vivian's critiques for the look that she... Well, a lot of the critiques for her were how she moved on the runway. And then when it got to a final look, they were like, oh, you know, it just wasn't grand enough, which I understood. Like, when Vivian said she was going to do a pant, I was like, really? You're going to do a pant? Is that a good idea? And then Kimmy had... The Queen Incognito, they said they didn't understand the look. And I was like, I thought it was actually really clever, because she came out with, like, one of the faceless... When you're on, like, a dating app, the... picture they put up when you don't have a picture, and then she revealed to herself. I thought it was very clever, but apparently it didn't translate. And her final look that she had to make, it didn't end up going where she originally planned on it going, and she changed it, and it just didn't turn out great, unfortunately. So Vivian and Kimmy had to lip sync. And unfortunately, Vivian has to sashay away. Now, I'm really sad because Vivian was one of my people I wanted to win. So, unfortunately, she's not. Oh, God, excuse me. She's not going to be up for winning. But she still had a good run. She still had a good showing. Now, we've got our top four, which is Fierce, Jada, Kimmy, and Gisele. Out of those four, Gisele is the one I want to win, like, hands down. I just think she's been really not quite consistent this season. She's just such a nice person, and she speaks out about so many issues that people have. Now, I don't want Fierce to win. And a lot of it is her attitude, because of how she carries herself and everything. I'm like, I don't want you to win. I don't think you've got the right attitudes to take home the crown, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. I still think Fierce is very cute though. So yeah, that was very quick 3 weeks of Canada's Drag Race caught up. There we go. Let me know in a comment down below, who out of the top four are you wanting to take home the crown? I am personally Team Gisele, but we do have 3 other choices. You've got Fierce, you've got Jada, and you've got Kimmy as all options of people that could take home the crown. Who it will be, I don't know. But yeah, we'll find out this week. And God, is it the finale of both Canada and Down Under this week? Huh, interesting. But yeah, before you go, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and I will see you lovely people next time. Bye!